Hello everyone! Today we are going to explore the most intelligent and formidable predators of the ocean, the killer whales. Join us at Wildlife TV.
Wildlife TV.
Killer whales inhabit all the world's oceans, from the Arctic to the Antarctic, as well as warm tropical waters. Adult males are typically 6 to 8 meters long and weigh over 6 tons, while females are slightly smaller, usually 5 to 7 meters long and around 3–4 tons in weight. Despite being called killer whales, they are, in fact, the largest species of dolphins in the world. They can hunt and consume even the largest whales, which is why they are often referred to as killer whales. Despite their massive size, killer whales are incredibly agile, intelligent, and apex predators of the ocean, with no natural rivals except for humans. In front of you is the chaotic scene of a pod of killer whales hunting. The prey is driven to the surface, where seabirds take advantage of the opportunity to add pressure to the prey. Below, the killer whales surround their prey, using powerful tail slaps to disorient the fish. Their diet is incredibly diverse, ranging from small fish to the largest creatures in the ocean, such as blue whales. 2 killer whales encounter a stingray. Though the stingray is fearful of the killer whales, it still tries to showcase itself gracefully for the audience. The killer whales start performing tail slaps, leaving the stingray disoriented. In the end, the stingray is severely wounded and succumbs. Even sharks are on the menu for killer whales. This tiger shark is in a state of panic as it's encircled by a group of killer whales. In no time, it becomes a meal for the killer whales. The amount of food a killer whale needs each day is over 225 kg. With the ability to consume such a large amount of food, it's obvious that killer whales will have to hunt for bigger prey. This pod of whales is hunting elephant seals. Catching just one 3-ton male elephant seal can provide enough food for the whole pod of killer whales. However, they will need to be extremely careful, because just a slight sound from the whales can make them lose the prey. Nature gifted the elephant seal an excellent sense of hearing so they can detect the sound of the pod of killer whales, helping the elephant seal flee before being attacked. The pod of killer whales silently follows, but when getting close to the elephant seal, they are detected, and the elephant seal dives into the deep sea. One competitive killer whale chases after the elephant seal. But elephant seals can hold their breath up to 30 minutes, so the killer whale must quickly catch the elephant seal. It sticks close to its prey, but when diving deeper, the advantage belongs to the elephant seal. Thanks to its oxygen-rich blood, the elephant seal can dive deeper than 1 km. Although the killer whale tries its best, when going down to 200 in depth, it can't stand it anymore and has to return to its pod. The pod of killer whales has no choice but to switch to another plan, which is to hunt wandering seals on the beach. To be able to charge up the beach and catch the seals, the killer whales need to achieve a speed of at least 30 kph. The killer whale has just missed catching the seal. The seal is overjoyed for escaping death. One seal has been caught. After catching the prey, the killer whale constantly thrashes it around, leaving the seal dizzy, unconscious, and unable to fight back. The elephant seal is tossed around by the whale, celebrating its victory. This hunting skill is practiced by killer whales from a very young age, so the success rate is very high. But sometimes there are still mistakes. That's when we can see a beached killer whale due to miscalculation. Its huge body is threatened by the Earth's gravity. The killer whale's bones are structured to function underwater, not on land. Our pelvis is wide, able to support our body weight. But the killer whale's pelvis is only the size of our pinky finger. It cannot support the weight of the killer whale. Its lungs are compressed, making it difficult for it to breathe, and worse still, the body weight threatens the cell membrane, pushing proteins out of the body and blood vessels. Its kidneys try to filter the protein, but end up poisoning other cells. If too much protein is released, its kidneys will shut down. The killer whale doesn't just lack water, but also time. Here they come. Members of the pod have arrived to rescue. The pod members can only encourage the beached killer whale to try moving towards deeper waters. And fortunately, the killer whale today has escaped death. In shallow and murky waters, it's very difficult for the killer whales to observe. However, killer whales possess another weapon that can overcome this weakness. They use echolocation. This allows killer whales to locate prey as small as a fist from distances up to 100 m away. Killer whales produce cracking sounds from their nasal passages at rates of hundreds per second. Those sounds travel through water at 1500 mph, 5 times the speed of sound in air. Just a few returning echoes bring data. The pod of whales knows that there are 2 large creatures swimming just about 1 km away. Moreover, from the vibration in the returning sound speed, the killer whales can know that of the 2 prey ahead. One is swimming abnormally, meaning it is injured. They use the tactic of taking turns attacking the prey, aiming to cause internal injuries enough to make the prey bleed until death. This helps the killer whales disable the prey so they are not counter-attacked. A tail slap by a killer whale can toss its prey up to 9 high. The pod of whales takes turns attacking the creature, but in one moment the killer whales let down their guard, thinking the prey no longer had a chance of surviving. The sea lion has tried its best to swim away for its life. It is heading towards the shore. The killer whales hurriedly chase after it because the sea lion is very near the shore, so the killer whales have to move at top speed of 55 km/h. And very quickly, a killer whale has caught up. The sea lion has completely lost its chance to live. However, prey like the above are still too small compared to the appetite of whole pod, and they decide to hunt whales. They have targeted the baby whale, closely protected by the mother whale. Just one flip of the mother whale's tail is enough to take the life of a killer whale. Therefore, the whole pod of killer whales needs a very clever tactic. They try to swim evenly to reduce noise as much as possible. The pod of killer whales can swim at 55 km, while grey whales only reach 12,4. That's why the 2 mother and calf grey whales are quickly caught up. The pod of killer whales split up to attack. One group attacks the mother whale first, causing it to lose focus in order to more easily separate the baby whale. With their rock-hard heads, the killer whales ram directly into their opponent, causing internal bleeding, breaking bones, injuring it until eventually weakening it. The killer whales take turns attacking the baby whale, but the mother whale is determined to protect her child. One killer whale has wedged in between the two, trying to separate the two grey whales. But being stuck between two whales nearly 40 tons, heavy is very dangerous, so it has changed its decision after over an hour of not being able to separate the two whales. The pod of killer whales decides to change tactics. Instead of using their deadly headbutts, they decide to press down on the baby whale, trying to force the baby whale deep down to prevent it from surfacing for air. The new tactic seems effective. The mother whale tries to resist the attack, but the killer whale pod is too big and dangerous. The mother whale no longer has enough strength to prevent it, forced to leave her child to the killer whales to kill. The pod of killer whales continues to drown the baby whale, causing it to suffocate. The efforts of the killer whale pod have been rewarded, but they cannot yet eat into the whale. The whale's blubber layer is over 10 cm thick and very difficult to penetrate. Therefore, the pod of killer whales only eats the soft parts like the tongue and the underside of the jaw. Just those parts alone make them full, and they leave. Elsewhere, the pod of killer whales is trying to hunt a seal on the ice. The ice is very thick, so the killer headbutt trick cannot be used here to break the ice. That's why they have to use another tactic. Killer whales are very skilled in the art of hunting with waves. Before charging at the ice floes, the pod of killer whales swims in unison and quickly reaches a speed of 30 km/h near the water's surface. The seal cannot see the killer whales at all because they have proactively leaned to one side, so the dorsal fin does not stick out. When just a few cm from the ice floe, they dive down underneath the ice floe. The force and acceleration of their bodies create a vortex, dragging the ice floe along, forming waves over 1 m high. It is strong enough to shatter the ice floe into many pieces. But the seal is extremely desperate to live. It keeps moving from one ice floe to another, no matter how hard the pod of killer whales tries. Finally, the pod of killer whales also has to give up before the seal's persistence. Female killer whales start ovulation and can reproduce at age 15, while males reach sexual maturity at age 15, but have to wait until age 21 before they can mate. The gestation period of killer whales is from about 15 to 18 months. The average lifespan of the two sexes also differs quite a lot. The average lifespan of female killer whales is about 50 years old, up to a maximum of 90 years. Meanwhile, the average lifespan of male killer whales is about 29 years old, up to a maximum of 50 to 60 years. The duration of this video ends here. If you found the video useful, please give Wildlife TV a like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep up with the latest videos. Thank you, and see you again in the next videos.